So the family comes from northern Bohemia, and it was part of the German-speaking enclave. And in 1945, after World War II, we were uprooted and we moved to Austria, where with great luck we were able to establish our second career, so to speak. The third generation established his first workshop in 1756, and till today we are producing in our own factories and are very proud glassmakers. Proud means that we have been extremely lucky to be able to keep this kind of succession and to keep it as a pure family business. There are so many things in life which you can't plan, especially when you hand over from one generation to another generation. Is you need this kind of, I call it luck, because you need to be able to inspire your next generation to do the same thing you did, and that they have joy and pride to do this, and you need to do it well, because otherwise there's no mercy in business. My father gave me very little choices, so he was very demanding in this kind of way. At the beginning I thought to myself, no, this is not good for me. But then I grew into this, and I have to say I'm very happy that my father had a very strict guidance on this way to become a glassmaker and to follow in his footsteps. World War I assorted Europe in a new way. The Austrian Empire faded and became 1945 Austrians again by moving back to Austria. These kind of two wars which affected the 7th, 8th and 9th generation again is something which I would say could be only mastered with the right luck, with the help of God and going forward. Klaus was a genius in this way. Creating glassware designs which were extremely innovative is an invention of Georg Riedel, and through this kind of egg shape he discovered that this kind of glass has an impact on the perception of wine. He studied this very careful, and in 1973 presented, with the help of the Italian sommeliers, the first dedicated line to different wines, different regions, which we then changed into varietal-specific glasses. Wine is something which carries our passion, but there's so much business to be done outside of wine. We believe that coffee and tea is a very, very big potential market for this kind of concept which we create. So this kind of dealing with hot beverages is something which is of great interest to us. Tea is more of a regional concept. Japanese are very familiar with green tea, drink a lot of green tea, and for us to create specific shapes for green tea is something which excites me, and I thought learning about green tea, meeting the right people and getting their endorsement, their help. As a glassmaker, we can only follow, we cannot set trends, so the trend has to be coming from the tea producers, which means that the tea producers endorse to consume and taste green tea not out of traditional vessels but out of glasses is something which we depend very much on. I own a very beautiful assorted wine cellar in Austria, which I built up over the last 40 years. And the wine cellar has great depth, and to enjoy a wine which has some age, which I'm talking about between 25 and 35 years, elevates obviously your expectation, your understanding. You drink part of history. In Arizona, I don't have this, so I have to drink wines which are commercially available without being able to sell it then for the next 30 years, because this is something which will be too late for me. I enjoy to drink Pinot Noir, and I think wonderful Pinot Noirs are being made in California, and I'm very much in love with wines from the West Coast. We Austrians have learned winemaking, so to speak, in 1985 after this kind of eruption at the scandal, and the young winemakers then, 30 years ago, took over, and they have put Austria back on the map, and we make wonderful dry wines from the varietal Grüner Veltliner and Riesling, but we make also some very interesting red wines, which is Blaufränkisch. We have great varieties of wine. We have a beautiful climate to grow wines. Whoever comes to Austria must taste Grüner Veltliner. The company is going forward because there is an 11th generation. My son Max and my daughter Letizia are both in the company, and I'm very, very proud to say that I feel extremely comfortable that those two young people will drive the company into a better future. I will stay alive as long as it goes. I try to stay active. I try to contribute as much as I can to the success of the company, but my time has passed, so to speak, and the next generation has to show. The company in itself educates and talks to more than 100,000 people a year, and this is part of our going to market. It's part of our advertisement for wine glasses. It's our contribution to the world of wine. We believe that people drink better wine when they drink it from Riedel.